Okay. I don't know. It says recording, so hopefully it works. Um, so I wanted to first start by going over some stuff for Transform 20. Thanks to everyone for coming out today and being on this call. I'm really excited to share this with you. This has been something that has helped me tremendously, especially with moving in 2 weeks and all of the other things I have going on in my life right now. Having block scheduling has saved my life. But before I get into that, I do want to remind you that the Transform 20 packs will be launching at 3 a.m. Eastern time, which I will be getting up at 3 a.m. and sending out my share cart links and then going back to sleep. So if you have people that have share carts that you want to just get them in, I suggest, especially if they want a pack with a step, I suggest doing that if you're capable of doing that, if you can with your schedule. It's 12 a.m. Pacific time, 3 a.m. Eastern time. And I'm just reminding people that if they want to pack with the step, they're probably going to sell the steps out on the first day. So just make sure that you order it as soon as you get up in the morning, just telling them that. And it'll help if you have it already in their mailbox. And I'm also not only just sending it to their mailbox, I'm going to be sending them the direct link to the Facebook message, or whichever way that we're talking, I'm sending them a direct link to, just so they have that. Also tomorrow, everyone should be getting their Transform 20 pack. So you can get it tomorrow. If you have to wait till later this week, wait till later this week, but just make sure that you get it soon, because the sooner you have it, the easier it will be for you to talk about it. The easier it will be for you to promote it when you have the actual program. You have the step. You can show people what it is that they're going to be getting. Because right now it's kind of hard to talk about something that, number one, you've never done before. Number two, you don't have equipment for it. And like, you really don't know much about it other than other people's kind of like testimonials and things like that. So the sooner you get your pack, the sooner you'll be able to start showing people what you're doing. You can have your step on your story. You can use it. You can start doing the workouts on the hybrid calendar. So make sure that you get your pack ASAP so that you can also get into the Shaun T test group. And if you helped at least one person last month, so if you hit Success Club 2, you are guaranteed a step. That doesn't mean you get a free step. That just means that you are guaranteed to be able to purchase a bundle that comes with a step. And you have until the 11th to do that. So make sure that if you did qualify for that, you place your order. I mean, if you want to. If you already have a step, then you don't need one. But if you need one, then it makes sense to just get it because you qualified for it. So the other thing I wanted to mention, is don't feel like you missed the boat because tomorrow is the launch and you don't have like 100 people that want to sign up tomorrow. I literally have 3 that want to sign up tomorrow. So don't feel like, oh no, I didn't do really well on launch day, I'm a failure, blah, blah, blah. Like, they have 6 weeks to purchase. And that doesn't mean like, okay, like take your time. Obviously, you want them to sign up, create the urgency. But if you've got people in there, like I've got a ton of people in there that I've already told them when it launches. I followed up with them. They're not ready to purchase right now. Like, they haven't responded back. They haven't given me any details. I'm going to let them go for right now, because as people start getting their packs and people start posting in that group, it's going to kind of continue to create momentum and excitement. And maybe they'll kind of hop on board later on. Maybe they just don't have all the information yet. Maybe they haven't had a chance to watch the videos. So if you think about when you go shopping, I don't like when the salesperson is like over my shoulder, like, oh, how does that fit you? Or like, oh, you should try these shorts. Like, I don't like that. So I'm kind of using that same mentality with this group, get them in, tag them where they need to be, and then just making sure I'm following up, obviously. But if I've already kind of followed up at this point, I'm not going to push them to sign up tomorrow. They have 6 weeks, but I'm not going to tell them like, oh, you have forever. Like, obviously I'm going to continue to follow up. But I just don't want you to feel like, oh, crap, like I don't have this long list of people ready to sign up tomorrow. I missed the boat, because you didn't really miss the boat. We're not starting until January. So you have 6 weeks to get these people signed up. However, keep in mind, the end of the year is approaching. The closer you get to Christmas, it will be harder for people to make that investment and do that for themselves. So the sooner you hit Success Club, the better. The sooner you rank advanced, the better. But you guys know that. I just wanted to remind you, though, don't feel bad if you don't have anyone tomorrow. You didn't miss anything. You're still going to be able to help people with this program. So that brings me to the topic for today. I'm talking about block scheduling, and this is something that I have heard about, and I was like, I should probably do that, and then I didn't, and then like my life was a mess, and I was like, well, if I had the block schedule, maybe my life would be in order. And I finally sat down and put it together and wrote it out, and I've been using it, and it's super helpful. So I wanted to share it with you. I'm going to show you my block schedule, like my actual example, and then I have a blank one that I'll share with you guys so that you can print it out and write on it, or you can type on it, however you want to do. If you decide that this is something that could help you and you want to implement it, I will give you the tools to do that. So what is block scheduling? Basically, block scheduling is a way for you to take your day and break it up into time blocks, hence the name block scheduling. And it's kind of similar to if you've ever been to college or anyone, I mean, we've all been to high school, I'm sure. And some high schools do what's called block scheduling. And basically what that means is when you're in, like, let's say you're in your psychology class for 3 hours, because that's how the block schedules are. They're like a little longer classes. When you're in psychology, you're doing psychology. You're not doing your science homework. You're not focusing on math. Like, you're doing psychology when you're in that class. And then the bell rings and you're like, okay, I'm done with psychology. I'm putting my psychology book away. And now I'm going to math class. So you're in math class, you're there for 2 hours or whatever. I mean, obviously, classes were never that long in high school, but just for example's sake, you're in there, you're working on your math, you're doing that for 2 hours. The bell rings, ding, it's time for science. You put your math book away, now it's time for science. It's kind of the same concept, except there's no subjects and there's no homework, which makes it even better. So basically what you're going to do, and everyone's is going to look different because we're all different people. We all have different lives and different schedules. You're going to break your day up into blocks. And each block is going to be approximately 2 to 3 hours, depending on what works for you. Some may be shorter, some may be longer. It really just kind of depends on how long you can really focus. I can't focus on something for more, like 3 hours is pushing it. Like, I can't do any more than 3 hours. So the way that I have my block schedule set up, I don't have any blocks that are longer than 3 hours. And I'm just going to show you what mine looks like and walk through it. I think it'll just be easier to see it. But the most important thing about it is when I'm in each block, I am only focusing on what's in that block. I'm not thinking about who I got a message. When I'm doing my personal development, I'm not thinking about, who I have to follow up with when I'm doing my workout. I'm really focusing on what I'm doing at the time I'm doing it, because in the past I would be like, all right, I'm working out. Oh my God, I'm dying. Oh my God, I have to message this person today. And what else do I have to do? And like, your brain's running around and you're thinking about what you have to do later when you're working out. And then you're probably not pushing yourself as hard as you can be in your workout, so you're hindering your results there. And then if you're inviting and you're thinking about like something else, like you're thinking about hanging out with your husband later, like you're not going to have much success with your invites because you're thinking about other stuff. So having a block schedule really allows you to focus on the task at hand for the time that's allotted. And when the bell rings, and I literally have alarms in my phone, bell rings, it's time to move on to the next task. So I'm going to show you what mine looks like, so you can see it. Oh, that's our really cute wedding photo. Oh, look, there's Emmy and Lauren. Here it is. Okay, so this is a blank one, and this is what can you guys still see me? I can't see any of you. I don't like that. Okay, now I can see you. Okay, so this is a blank block schedule, and you can name your blocks whatever you want. So you can put the name of the block here, the time frame of the block, and then everything that you put here is what you're doing during that block time. So that doesn't mean that you have to do the things in the order that they're in. It just means that while you're in this block, you're only doing these things. Like if you're in this block, you can't do anything that's over here. You have to do whatever is in the block that you're currently in, which really forces you to focus, because I'm the kind of person that tries to do 50 million things at once, and then I'm not really doing anything. And then I look at the clock and I wasted 3 hours like sitting around doing nothing when I could be more productive. So this is what mine looks like when it's filled out. Oh, do we have a question? Yeah, I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to send it to everyone. I'll share, and you can share it in your team page, the blank one after, so you guys can fill your own out. But basically, I broke my day up into 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 columns, so 8 little blocks. And my morning block, I'm like literally forcing myself to wake up again at 5 in the morning. And it sounds really shitty, but it's actually really amazing because I'm done with all of my work earlier than if I wake up late. And this is only Monday to Friday. Saturdays and Sundays, I wake up when I want. I don't set an alarm. And I only do like certain things on Saturdays and Sundays. So I'll do like, I'll clean out my inbox, I'll like little things like that, because that's the schedule I have for me. Now, if you're working full time, you might not have that luxury of just not doing anything on the weekend. That might be your time when you're really grinding. So everyone's is going to look different, but this is the same schedule that I follow every day, just like when you were in school, you follow the same schedule for the semester. And the next semester you got a new one. So, you know, when your life changes too, this is going to have to change. So like whenever I have a kid, I'm sure my wake up time will change. I'm sure I won't have as much time to do the stuff in here, and I might have to do some of it later, and I'm sure April can vouch for that. So it may not look the same, and that's what's great about this. You can kind of just make it work for you and change it as your life changes. So when I wake up at 5, and I literally wrote everything. Wake up, brush my teeth, wash my face. Like, yeah, I had to write it down. I have coffee and water. I do my prayer and affirmations. I read. I listen to worship music, and I do my invites. 25 to 30 is usually about the amount that I can get out in time to get all that stuff done that's in that block. Then I get dressed. I walk the dog. I drink my Energize. I write my post while my Energize is kind of working in my brain. And then I'm like posting on my story, and this just means like I'm allowed to be posting on my story during this time. Sometimes of the day, I'm not, because I'm like focusing on other things. And right before bed, I'll post on my story, and then I won't touch it after a certain time, because I have my apps on my phone. They shut off after, I think I have it like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I can't go on Instagram. I mean, I could just hit ignore, but it forces you to really like unplug and be where you need to be. So this is only on Mondays. I'll do the Success Club update, volume report. I do that on Wednesdays. Team cycle bonus is on Thursdays, and any rank recognition and stuff on Thursdays. So what happens, I know it's 7 o'clock because Copper wants to go for a walk. So all of this other stuff up here I get done before 7. And then between 7 and 8, you know, I walk the dog, I write my post, and all that other stuff. But the thing is, at 7:45, an alarm goes off on my phone to warn me that I have 15 minutes left in this block. So if I'm like, I'm working on the recognition or team cycle bonus, I know, okay, like really focus, you've got 15 minutes left to complete this. And the next thing you got to do is push play and do your workout. So 8 a.m., I have an alarm go off, I do my workout. Which is now it's 25 minutes, which is amazing. I take a video and post it on my story. I shower, because if I don't shower right away, I'll sit in sweaty clothes. It's gross. So I shower immediately, and then I make my shake, post in my challenge group, check into the app. Copper goes out to pee again. And the only reason I do that again is because I'm working the next block from 10 to 1, and I don't want him to bother me to go out. And I finally figured that out. I should take him out before I actually like sit down to work again. So I take him out to pee again. If it's a Monday, I'll do Challenger of the Week. If it's a Thursday, I'll do my midweek call outs, and then I'll post on social media depending on what day it is. Some days this is a good time block, and you'll see like I have it over here as well, because some days nighttime is a better time block. So it does some of these things I'm not doing every single day. Like specifically, I don't call my family every single day, but if I were to, this is the time that I have free to do that. So it really allows you to not, number one, not let other people run your day, because the next block here, I still haven't talked to any of my coaches. I still haven't talked to any of my challengers. Like, I'm still focusing on me. till 10 a.m. and then I'll text them. So, I get that 15-minute warning, 10 o'clock starts, and then I'll text and connect with the coaches on the team that I need to connect with for that day. I will check in with challengers, more recent challengers that are on their first week, second week, third week. I will clean my inbox. I will do my emails, and then I'll do follow-ups, happy birthdays, answer any messages from coaches or challengers. So if they're messaging me with questions, I don't do those until I'm almost done with basically everything for the day. I have calls here because I'm available for calls at this time. I don't do calls before 10. So if someone has a call scheduled, it may be during this time. It may be during this time over here. I put water jug because I want to finish a water jug in that 3 hours that I'm sitting there working, because if I can't, that's pretty pathetic. I'm posting on my story during that time, kind of showing what I'm doing for work. I post in any pages I have to post in. So right now we've got the launch stuff going on, so I have that on there. I have a challenge group. If I'm running a sneak peek, I'm posting in it then. And then on Monday, I have the National Wake Up Call playing while I'm doing these things. So I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone at that point. Same thing happens again, 15 minutes before the end of the block. I get a warning, and then I get a bell that rings, and all right, cool, I get to take a break. I get to go eat lunch. This is the time where I'll listen to a podcast. I'll just sit and do literally nothing. I'll watch Friends. I'll take the dog for a walk. I'll take him to the dog park. I'm still posting on my story during this time. I'm showing daily life. Sometimes I'll do the laundry if it needs to be done. I'm getting better at doing that now because I am making time for it. And in the past, I would just be I'm busy all day. I don't have time to do laundry. But I have time to do laundry. I can just do it during this time. I speed clean. So if there's something going on, I'll clean the kitchen real quick. If I have time left over in any of the blocks, I can do that too. I do house stuff because now we're filling a million papers out and signing a million things, and I have emails that I have to answer for that. I do that then. Online shopping, I'm allowed to do that during this time. It doesn't mean I online shop every day, but if there's something I need to purchase or something I need to send on Amazon to another coach or challenger, I'm doing it during this time. Not when I'm doing my invites. It goes in this time block here. If I have to get my hair done, I try to get it done around this time too, if possible. It just depends on where you're going. But, if I have an appointment, I don't like doing appointments in the morning because that's my time. So now I can kind of schedule them during these times. And I unplug from work during this time. So I'm not on my phone. I try not to be. I turn it upside down. So when I'm relaxing and I'm with my dog, I can be a dog mom. I can be present. I can enjoy the 2 hours of the day where I do nothing. And I can buy things online if I so feel inclined to do so. So that's the time that I'm allowed to do those things. That's kind of the way that I look at it. I'm only allowed to do these things during this time. I'm not allowed to do anything over here until it's that time. My 3 o'clock block is my fun block because I couldn't think of anything else to call it. But this is a time where I'm able to take calls as well. This is when I can be creative. I like to make stuff for you guys. This Christmas tree thing that we're doing, the 25 days of invites. I made that during my fun block. Making things and challenge group stuff and all the extra fun stuff that doesn't create income, but it's fun to do. That's when I can do it during this creative time. I don't do that every day because there's not always something that has to be created. But, maybe if I wanted to do something that's on my should do list, I can do it during this time. It's a time where if I have to go live in a group, I can also do it at this time if I don't have time to do it in the morning. It's also the time when I cook dinner, later in that block, not at 3 o'clock, but towards the end. I just chill and hang out, post on social media. And if I have to call anyone, I can call them during this time. Same thing, 15 minutes before the end, I get a warning. 6 o'clock comes, that's our dinner block. I eat dinner with James. There's no phones at the dinner table. I'm trying to enforce that with him. We will hang out after dinner, and I just make sure that I plan out tomorrow's call schedules. to make sure I know who I'm talking to tomorrow. If I have any calls, I write them in my planner. I can story during this time. I post on social if it's like a better time to post that day. I take the dog out to pee again. And sometimes I have to take him out in the middle of the day because he has to go. But just at least 3 or 4 times I try to. And I just want to schedule that so that I don't forget to when he pees on my floor. And then the 8 o'clock block is James and family time. So I try to completely unplug. Like I turn my phone upside down. I plug it in the wall. I'm not with it. I'm on the couch. My phone's on the counter. I hang out with James. We watch a movie or whatever we want to do that night. I'll have tea if I feel like having tea. I lay out my clothes for the next day, and I make sure my alarms are set on my phone. And quick brain dump. So if there's anything still kind of on my mind that I have to remember for tomorrow, I write it down. And if it's a Monday, I'm right here. I'm on a team call at 8 o'clock. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then after this block at 10 o'clock, I get a 15-minute warning. It's almost time for bed. That's when I start to kind of get myself together. And by 10 o'clock, I'm in bed dreaming and dreaming big. So that's what works for me. That's not to say this exact schedule is going to work for you. I know that some of you are in work during the day and some of you have children and other responsibilities. So maybe, your morning block may include your workout. Mine doesn't. I have a separate one because I'm doing other work during this too. I'm doing my invites and I'm doing my 5-3-1s in the morning. Those are the things that I have to do in the morning, or else I'll push them off and either won't do them, or I'll be doing them super late at night and like hating my life. So that's why I do that in the morning. But your workout might be in your morning block. Your business block or your lunch block, wherever, if you're at work and you have a lunch break, you might work your business activities might be during your lunch block. I just have the luxury of unplugging during my lunch block because I work from home. And you can too someday if that's something that you want to do. But just understand that this is something that's super flexible no matter what your schedule is. If you're at work for part of the day, maybe there's a time during work where you're not allowed to be on your phone. So you put that in there. And then the times when you are able to have your phone is when you do whatever you need to do on your phone. And just being really, really not strict, but just being really good about only doing what's in the block during the time that it is. So not worrying about what am I going to make for dinner when you're working out, or not, doing creative fun stuff first thing in the morning, like making pretty banners when I didn't even get my invites done. And that was something that I kept finding myself doing and wondering, like, why do I feel like I did nothing today? Oh, because I did nothing today. So having this has really helped me a lot. And it's been something that has kind of encouraged me to wake up early. Like I put my phone across the room. I have Justin Bieber Drummer Boy as my alarm. And I'm like, all right, it's time to go. The song's on. Let's go. I get up, I turn it off, and I get going with my day. And I'll be honest with you, my morning block and my workout block are like my 2 favorite blocks of the day. No offense to James, but like I like waking up and getting stuff done because it feels really good after you're done with that. You're literally done for the day if you're able to do it this way. And maybe yours is flip-flop. Maybe when you come home, you have your workout block and your business block later in the day. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a business block either, like where it's 10 to 1 of 3 hours of just your business. It could be, my morning block is I wake up, I brush my teeth, I send 20 invites, I make my shake, I get in the car, I drive to work. Like driving to work would be included in a block. Anytime you're doing anything, anytime that time is passing, that's included. So for example, I see Jamie on the call. Jamie commutes to work in the city every day. She's like on the bus for an hour and a half. So the hour and a half on the bus plus the time she's like walking to work, like that could be a block. And I know that's the time that she does her personal development. I know that's because I see it on her stories. I know that's the time that she like follows other people on Instagram and does all that stuff. I know that's the time she sends invites when she's literally just sitting there for an hour and a half on the train. And that is an example of a block of time, and that's how she's using it. So if you are a mom and you wake up early because your kids like to wake you up in the morning, then maybe you'll be waking up earlier than somebody who, they don't have to be at work until 3 p.m. because they work at a restaurant. Then that person has that whole morning to get all of those things done before they go to work. And everyone's schedule is different. Like I said, some of you, your day is different every day. I know that Lauren, for example, every day in Lauren's life is as unique as can be. Not every day, no day in Lauren's life is exactly the same. And she would probably agree with me. So Lauren, if she were to set up block scheduling, she might need to have an A day and a B day, or an A, a B, and a C block day. Like if it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this is my block schedule. If it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, this is my block schedule. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there because I know that, like I said, everyone's day is going to look different and everyone's day is not the same every single day, but it is something that anyone can utilize in their business. So does anyone have any questions for me? I know it's not like a very long, extensive call. It's really like one topic, but does anyone have any questions? Let me check the chat because it was hard to see it when I was doing that. Oh, wow, there's a lot of stuff in there. Emmy's brain is loving this. Alexa's been using this. Okay, let me see if there's anything else. Lauren, April needs to do it. Is there any questions? Yeah, Tori, so for getting up earlier in the morning, some tips for that are to go to bed at a reasonable time. I literally make sure I go to bed at 10. That's probably the biggest tip. Don't go to bed at midnight. And putting your phone across the room helps me a lot. There's also a really great app. I believe it's called Sleep Cycle. And it'll kind of wake you up when you're in the level of sleep where you're not going to be, it's not like a jarring wake up. You're like, okay, like I'm going to wake up now. It just like wakes you. I kind of can tell. I don't know how it tells. It's kind of weird, but it does work. I've used that before. And if putting your phone in the same room doesn't work and you still turn it off, go put it in the bathroom, because once you get into the bathroom and you turn the light on, it's like, whoa, it's so bright, you're going to be awake by the time you get there. So those are just some tips for getting up early, if that is helpful. Let's see here. Achieving a certain time. Okay. Waking up early. Wait, what? What's a song? I missed the joke. Apparently there's a song in there. Accurate, yes. Okay. Are there any like specific questions about anything or? Oh, perfect. Well, I will send you the template so you can have it, fill it out, and it'll make it easier for you. Very good. I'm gonna go make block schedules now. I love this stuff. I love to plan and I like to organize stuff. It's the doing stuff that I sometimes have a challenge doing, but having this has been super helpful. So, and setting it up in a way that like sets yourself up for success, things that you like look forward to doing. Like I look forward to waking up in the morning and I do my personal development on the couch. So I'll turn my Himalayan salt lamp on and I'll sit with Copper because he usually comes out and cuddles with me, and I'll drink my coffee and I'll read my book. And it's just like a nice way to wake up. I enjoy that. If that's how you like to start your morning, then that could be part of your morning block. If you like to beat the clock and wake up 15 minutes before you have to leave the house, then you can do that too. But I don't like that. I like kind of like taking my time in the morning, so that works the best for me. But yeah, it makes it easier though, because then you don't have to like micromanage every single second of your day. And it's more so like I've got 3 hours to get all of this done, and it just feels better. And once you do it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like you don't have to worry about, okay, at this time I have to be doing this and this time I have to be doing this. Like, no, I have 3 hours. I have to do all of these things, but I can do all these things in 3 hours. And it just makes it seem more doable. than just trying to do every little thing at a very specific time every day. So, I mean, like for example, today I didn't get to start my workout until 8:20 because my TV was not working and my internet was being dumb. But I wasn't worrying about it because I was like, that's fine. Like, I can look and see what else I have to do during this time. And during that time, I could post on social media while I'm waiting for my TV to work, or, I can do a challenge group check-in, or I can post something in my challenge group. I'm not going to post and say I did my workout when I didn't, but I could post something in there just to kind of use up time while I'm waiting for my TV to work. So, and I got all of that stuff done. Actually, I still had 5 minutes to spare in that block today. So helpful. We're all going to do this. Yeah. Good. I'm glad that it was useful. All right, well, I am going to cut this off because I'm waking up at 3 in the morning to send out my share carts and going back to sleep and waking up and doing my block schedule. So I will see you guys tomorrow. It's a big day. Get excited for it. And like I said, don't stress that you don't have a million people ready to sign up tomorrow. They will sign up. It's going to be okay. We've got 6 weeks to do it. Just don't take 6 weeks to get someone to sign up, but don't get all stressed out that if you don't have somebody signing up the exact day that it launches. People will take their time. I like to shop around. I'm an online shopper. I'll look at something 5 times before I buy it. So people are probably just doing that right now. Just continuing to add to the group and continuing to follow up with the people in there. Also letting them know, you can add some of your friends to this group too. Just let me know who they are so that, if they sign up as a coach, which you should be encouraging everyone to sign up as a coach because of the Shaun T test group, then when their friends sign up with them, you've got an emerald on your team already. So that's pretty cool too. So just really being good about sharing it and talking about it. And there's going to be more resources coming out too that corporate's creating and some other coaches are creating that I'm going to start collecting and sharing with you guys. So yeah, go kill the launch tomorrow. Make sure you buy your pack and just get excited. We've got, I think, 6 weeks left in the year. It's kind of scary. Actually, not even 4 weeks left or less. I don't even want to say how many, but not a lot of time. So if you have a goal you're pushing for or whatever, make sure that you go hard and try to lock that in before Christmas, because like I said, once the holiday hits, it's like crazy pandemonium and everyone's just excited about being with their family and not really worrying about working out until after the holidays. So just do as much as you can, go hard right now so that you are setting yourself up for success in the end of the year and success in the new year. Because everything you do now is going to help you in January too. It's not going to just help you now, it's going to help you in January. So when you feel like you're doing all of the things and not seeing anything, you'll see it in January. So don't give up and don't stop talking to people because people are telling you no. Just keep talking to more people and you will see the reward, whether it's this month or in January, you'll see it. So have an awesome night. I will see you guys. Actually, wait, Thursday we have a pop-up call. Pat Reilman is doing our call. We're teaming up with April's team, and he's doing the call. It's the 6th is Thursday, right? I think. But it's going to be amazing. Every call that I've been on with him is incredible. So if you're free, please make sure that you mark your calendar and hop on. It'll be at the same time as this call, just on Thursday. So hope to see you there and have an awesome lunch. Bye, guys. Bye. Oh, wait, don't leave. Oh, too late.